Welcome to the induction process for the M+AE student workshop. At the completion of this video, you will have received the local area induction for the M+AE student workshop. Please come to the student workshop after successfully completing the quiz in order to receive your proof of induction. You can only enter this space if there is a M+AE student workshop supervisor present. You can only enter this space during operating hours, which vary between teaching and non-teaching periods. Moodle announcements will be made and opening hours will be displayed on the door to the workshop. No after hours or weekend access is allowed except for student project teams by appointment. Restricted access areas include the CNCs, the cut-off saws and any storage equipment labelled supervisor access only. Upon entry, please make your presence known to the supervisor on duty. You must put your student ID with proof of induction in the plastic pocket on the door. You must keep bags and personal belongings on the shelves supplied at the entrance of the workshop. There is a strict 2-person per table policy, no bystanders. This workshop operates on a first-come, first-served basis. Occasionally units will book out the space for teaching. If this is the case, users from the units have priority. Walk-ins can use the space until its capacity is reached for the unit. There is strictly no food or drink to be brought into or consumed within the workshop. All food and drink items must be kept and consumed outside the space. There are general PPE requirements for the workshop. A lab coat is not required for this space, however safety glasses must be worn at all times upon entry to the space. Closed-toed shoes must also be worn. Gloves, both heat-resistant and nitrile, can be supplied if required for a task. Please ask a supervisor if you think you need them. Ear protection in the form of earmuffs or disposable earplugs is also available near the entrance. Long hair must be tied up and out of the way at all times. Please follow any decontamination procedures as required by the activity or if instructed by the supervisor. Users must fully clean their work areas and put away all tools and equipment before they're allowed to leave. Please allow sufficient time for this. The supervisor must inspect your work area before you leave to ensure that it is ready for the next user. They will then return your ID card from the holder. Ensure to return your safety glasses before you depart. If there is a spill of a significant quantity of any liquid other than water, it must be cleaned up using the spill kit located outside the workshop in an orange wheelie bin. Please do not put any rubbish in this bin as it is a spill kit. The nearest eye wash is located within the mechanical engineering workshop. Additionally, there are 2 sinks within the student workshop in case of spills onto skin. The fire extinguishers are located near the door. The evacuation plan is located on the window as you enter to the left above the 3D printers. Our evacuation point is the same as for the rest of Building 37, which is in front of New Horizons where the railway bogie is. There is only one entrance and exit door to the student workshop, which should also be used as the emergency exit. There are no emergency power or gas shutoffs in this workshop. With regards to first aid, all our supervisors are first aid trained. If you require assistance, you must notify the supervisor on duty. The supervisors are required to fill out an incident report form for all injuries, which will require some of your personal details. If a supervisor is not immediately present, the workshop staff next door will be able to help. For serious injuries, please call campus security or emergency services. There are no biological hazards stored within this space. We do, however, allow the use of small quantities of chemicals within the workshop, such as the various adhesives we have on site. Please read the instructions and handle with care. Methyl ethyl ketone is available as a glue for acrylic. Other chemicals available or allowed to be used include WD-40, isopropyl alcohol, contact cleaner, brake cleaner and the like. When using flammable chemicals or spray cans with flammable propellants, be aware of users around you. If they are conducting work incompatible with flammables, you must not use them until it is safe to do so. For example, spraying brake cleaner while someone is using a heat gun next to you is a fire hazard. Strictly no engineered wood boards such as MDF or similar materials are to be brought into the space. As a rule of thumb for unidentified wooden board, if it splinters, it's generally okay. Supervisors have discretion and the final say on if a material can be used. No poisons or drugs are stored in this lab. While there is no high voltage equipment in this lab, please be aware that the CNC machines may be running while you're in here. If they are, do not open the enclosures as they are not interlocked and the CNC machines can be dangerous and unpredictable. Likewise, both of the cut-off saws are for supervisor access only. There are no pressurized vessels, no ionizing radiation, no cryogenics, and no nanotech or nanomaterials within this space. All risk assessments are available on Sarah. All safe work instructions are posted near the relevant machines and likewise attached to the relevant risk assessment on Sarah. The assessment numbers can be found on the safe work instructions. Otherwise, all Monash Makerspace risk assessments, including those for the student workshop, are titled Monash Makerspace Use of Equipment Name and can be found by filtering for this term in Sarah. Ensure you have read these before attempting to use our tools and that you consult a supervisor if it is your first time using a particular tool. You do not need to complete risk assessments to use any of the tools within the student workshop. Tools are not to be removed from the student workshop under any circumstances, as this keeps the space pleasant to use for everyone. Personal tools and equipment are not allowed in this space. If you have a need for a specialist tool that does not exist in the workshop, please speak to a supervisor. These will be assessed on a case-by-case basis. You must demonstrate a satisfactory level of competence in operating the tool. Supervisors may from time to time ask you to demonstrate your competence again. Please comply with this instruction as it helps ensure a high level of safety. Bins are located at the back of the room underneath a saw bench. You will notice they are split into different materials for recycling reasons. Please follow this split. In addition to the tools at each bench, more specialised tools are available within the workshop. If you need something that you cannot see in the workshop, please speak to a supervisor and they will point you in the right direction. 3D printing and laser cutting resources can be accessed at the M+AE Student Resources page on Moodle. Before posting a job request, please read the accompanying information relevant to the type of job you're requesting. If you're still unsure about how best to submit a jobs request, please come and speak to one of the supervisors during opening hours. Comprehensive pricing is available on Moodle. In the rare case that you are not enrolled in this Moodle site, please send an email to these email addresses and request to be enrolled. We stock a wide range of materials and consumables available for purchase at cost price. The items are far cheaper than Bunnings, and you do not need to meet the minimum purchase quantities required by many local industrial suppliers. These include, but are not limited to, aluminium and steel sections in 1 metre lengths, as well as sheet, plywood, a range of plastics, fasteners such as bolts, nuts, screws and nails, electronics components, and safety equipment. Please see the Moodle page for a more comprehensive list, including pricing. Please confirm that your desired materials, consumables or service is available and in stock before proceeding with your payment. Price guides are located near the items for sale. Once you have confirmed that your goods are available, by consulting the supervisor if required, please complete the payment process as follows. Payment for all services and materials is done through shop.monash, which operates just like any other online shop. There are 2 ways to find the correct item for sale. From shop.monash, go through the menus through Engineering, Department of Mechanical plus Aerospace Engineering, and find the appropriate item. Or use the search function to search M+AE and the general relevant descriptor such as plywood, 3D printing and the like. Each one of these items costs $1 and you should add the appropriate quantity to match the dollar value of the items purchased. You can pay using credit card, PayPal or a university fund number if you're a staff or student team member. Present your invoice and order number to the supervisor on duty to receive your goods. In closing, you must wear closed-toed shoes, have long hair tied back, have safety glasses on at all times, have your ID with the correct proof of induction on it, ensure strictly 2 people per table, not bring in food or drink. Place your bags on the shelving provided outside. Tools are not to be taken outside of the workshop, with no exceptions. No unsafe materials or processes are allowed, such as MDF, asbestos, stone cutting, or harsh chemicals. The rule of thumb for identifying timber is if it has splinters, it is a safe material. Please remember this space exists to support your projects and is a learning environment. If you are unsure about anything, we're here to help. Supervisors have full authority in assessing your fitness to work in the space. If you appear sleep deprived, intoxicated, repeatedly misuse the equipment, are rude, abusive, or are causing a disturbance, you will be required to leave the space and possibly repeat this induction process. We hope you enjoy what the Student Workshop has to offer and look forward to seeing you in there soon.